For this video on firelighting kits, I'm going to start by showing Sam the Scout's two firelighting kits. This is a kit that Sam got off a website called TBS Outdoor. It's a really thick ferro rod for making sparks. It's got a scraper to go with it. I won't do this inside the house because it does make really big sparks. Then he's got a little tin, he keeps it all in a waterproof bag to keep it safe. And inside that tin he's got a striker for some matches. And it comes with some of these storm matches. These are matches that will strike on there and will burn for quite a long time. So that's good for getting the fire started in really windy conditions and also damp conditions. Some of these are even waterproof, not sure whether they are. And it's got some waxed natural cord. I've got a firelighting video that shows how to make this. This is a cord that's impregnated with wax. So if you light the cord with a match, that will burn for quite some time to give you a chance to get your fire established. It's also got some cotton wool balls. And another thing that Sam has in his camp pack is a tin of Vaseline. Vaseline and these balls, the ball will take a spark from the ferro rod quite nicely, and with the Vaseline it will burn for quite a long time. So they all live in a nice little tin and the ferro rod in the bag. It's important to keep your ferro rod dry. Ferro rods go all horrible if they're stored in the wet. Now, as part of scouting with Derek, Sam's also made a much bigger, well not that much bigger I suppose, emergency kit, which comes with a set of instructions. This is a waterproof tin. It's got a seal on the edges to keep it waterproof. It's got some paracord in, because paracord's useful for all manner of things. It's got some water purification tablets and a compass. It's got a miniature fishing kit and with a swivel and some line, a weight, a hook, some safety pins, more cotton wool. Cotton wool is great stuff for lighting fires. And it's also got a little tea light and a couple of the stormproof matches similar to what's in there. So this is more than a fire lighting kit because this is an emergency survival kit, and Sam made this on Scouts with Derek. So they are two kits that Sam would take away on a camp with him if we were on a family camp and he wanted to make fires. Now Mang also has a little firelighting kit. Mang's firelighting kit is equally small. It's not a waterproof tin, but very little in it. I've got some natural jute twine. This sort of unfurls quite nicely into fine fibres, which will take a spark. And I've got a ferro rod. This one's well used. It's the one I take on camp, so it's got my name on it because everything that goes on camp needs a name. You can spark as normal, but the special thing about this fire starter, and this is from a website called The Friendly Swede, had this a while, is we've got a magnesium block on the bottom, and what we can do with this is if we scrape very slowly, trying not to get a spark, we can make metal shavings. And you can see on this tin there's a few metal shavings, and the burn marks on this tin is from when I've done previous demonstrations with this. So we get these metal shavings and you can make a nice little pile of it, and then if you spark into that pile, those metal shavings burn incredibly hot. So if that was done on even a damp piece of wood, it would light. So that's my miniature firelighting kit. For those of you though that have been on camp with Mang, you'll know that Mang likes a good firelighting kit, and something that big is just not going to cut the mustard. So if Mang is camping, is hiking, is backpacking, bike packing, touring light, that kit's got everything I need to make a fire. But if I'm taking the car and I've got a bit of space in my bag, I've got a little little box of tricks. And in this box of tricks, I've got an 8 carton fire lighter with waxed wood shavings. I've got a video on how to light that. I've got a great bit of birch bark off a tree that had died, it was rotting. That can act, I can break that into two, that can act as a nice base for a fire. Red kite saves me some of the silver birch that comes off a tree in a garden. This is great because you can tear this up into really thin strips. You can light it with a spark off a ferro rod and it burns for ages. There's quite a lot of oils in there. This bark as well, one of the things that we can do with it, if you've been granted a knife permit, is we can gently scrape the bark and that will give us a surface that will take a spark. Knife away, keep that safe. I've got some natural twine, that's a really good fire lighter, it'll take a spark. I've got some fairy pillows. These are waxed makeup pads, so I've got a video along with that one shows how you make these. If you pull them apart, if you tease the layers in here apart, you get the really fine cotton wool. That will take a spark, or you can light them with a lighter. They'll burn for a reasonable while. I've recently been able to source some of this. This is fire paper. A YouTuber I watch uses this. You can light it with a lighter, but much like the bark, if we gently scrape the surface, we can fluff it up, and in doing so, those bits of fluff, or the fluff here on the edge, that will actually take a spark from a ferro rod, so you can light it without a match or lighter. I tend to have a lighter in my fire kit. I have a small sealed, so there's 5 storm matches in there, but that's 5 fires if I'm lucky. So if I can use the ferro rod I will, because a ferro rod like Sam's, 10,000 sparks in it, could be 10,000 fires. So that's really handy. Another wax pillow. Alcohol hand gel. So this is handy on camp, even if you're hiking, if you're going small, if you had that, I'd probably have that with me for cleaning my hands. If you put that on some of the twine or some of the kindling, that alcohol's rich enough to actually burn. I've also got a green and clean cooking fuel. This is a fuel canister. That's enough to boil a cup of water and make a cup of tea. You can put that in the stove, or you can put that on the ground with some bricks and that'll burn. And then in here, keeping it safe and dry, I have some of that's been dipped in wax. And the beauty of this stuff is the wax burns like a candle. So you can still fluff the edge up if you want to light it with a spark, with a ferro rod, or even with a flint and steel if you want to go traditional. And that's some of the things that are in my fire lighting bag. But it doesn't stop there. Because I might take my other box of tricks as well. So in here I've got some more of those wax cotton ones. We've seen that. If I want to show off, I've got a ready-made fire drill kit. So this is a bow and a drill, and like that, you need to be kneeling on it to hold down, and by applying friction we can turn that, and that gets hot, and as you can see it's burnt there, and if we put that there, we can catch an ember and light a fire. Not very easy to do, but it's really impressive when it works. One of my other impressive gadgets is a fire piston. So this comes with its own little tinder bundle, because this doesn't give you a flame, this gives you a glowing ember. So that's something that we can light onto. It comes with a piece of char cloth. Think of this like a piece of cotton fabric that's been through the same process as making charcoal. It's been heated in an environment with no oxygen, and it drives, it causes it to go black and carbonise, and that's what it looks like before it's burnt. It's quite a heavy cotton, almost like denim. And the way this tool works is there's a piston with two O-rings. If we put a bit of char cloth in that bit there, make sure it's closed, and well, I'm not going to bang this because this is our best dining room table, but you push down with quite a lot of force, much like when a bicycle pump gets hot or a diesel engine, compression engine gets hot. That causes the ember in the end to glow. You can put the ember then onto the tinder bundle, and if you blow it, give it lots of air, it will hopefully catch a flame. So, and that's just a bit of oil for the replacement O-rings. Again, not the easiest ways of lighting a fire, but pretty impressive when it works. Also in here, it's not potato salad, it's just that little container that I have. I got some natural fungus. These are called Kung Alfred's cake. Now these can be used to store an ember to transport it, but more common than that, it's used to take an ember. So the char cloth from the piston or an ember from there can be placed in here, and if you blow on it, it will glow and glow and glow, and then you can use perhaps something like that that will light from an ember to glow. I've also got quite a lot of homemade char cloth in various states. This was a former pair of jeans, so they live in there. That's all a bit messy. If you want to get a flame from a glowing ember, this stuff is absolutely amazing. This was hamster bedding. This is it's the inside of some form of seed pod. It's really, really lovely, comfortable and soft. And that will turn a glowing ember into a flame in no time. So that works quite well with a fire piston or that, because sometimes you've just got to cheat a bit. Enough birch bark there to write a small play on. And this is the fire paper that you saw a piece of in the other kit. There's 18 sheets in there, so that'll give me plenty of fires. So from the Sam's tiny kit, my tiny kit, the middle kit, and the big bag. This is my fire lighting stuff. What's in your fire lighting bag?